globally there seems to be a rationalization and a drop in subscribers where streaming services are concerned. Do you see that impact the competitive pressures they have in India to acquire subscribers, and therefore great content and therefore movies in competition with theatres?
I mean, like I said, if you look at it from producer's point of view, it depends on what are they making the content for. If it's a TV show, for example, that's what was pre-pandemic. TV shows, long form storytelling. So TV shows are meant for OTT. People enjoy one episode, second. They want to see the whole story get unfolded. This movie trend only has started now, or it happened during the pandemic. Now producers have realized that they're leaving too much money on the table. If they made a movie for a certain budget and straight away they give it to, in fact today somebody told me that Darling should have got released on the big screen.
I was thinking, because I've seen Darlings, and I thought that look at how interesting, how much change has happened. When you launched PVR as a multiplex 25 years ago, Darlings would have been a multiplex film.
But there's still many of them.
Yeah, but I'm saying, the small film, the niche audience, and today I think the multiplexes have to give you the big spectacle film.
I disagree totally.
Really?
How's Kashmir Files then played?
Kashmir Files is a political film. It's a very different
There's so many political
film
films that haven't done.
Of the time.
There's so many political films that haven't done well.
Okay.
It's a good content. So when the producer makes a movie, he doesn't look at that this movie, in fact the movie that I saw yesterday, last night, Raksha Bandhan, small budget. Of course Akshay is there, small budget. It's a very nice, I really liked it. I'm not biased from that point of view. I want every movie to do well. Made in Chandni Chowk. Easily anybody can say that this should have gone to OTT. Again, I'm going to give the same examples of, Shiv Mangal, Savdhan, so many movies that came, small budget. But they did 150 crores on the box office. So producer says that when I release my movie, it's good content, doesn't matter how much it was made for. If it gets released on the big screen, and big screen I'm talking about, not big seating capacity.
I get it.
So we have to be very clear. So I'm talking about...
And most filmmakers want to see their film on the big screen,
therefore,
isn't it?
when we say multiplexes, we're not talking about 1,000-seater cinemas. We're talking about maybe 150-seater cinema,
so
250-seater cinema.
You are quite emphatic about the fact that the small niche multiplex
I
film
love those
still
movies.
has a home
Absolutely.
in theatres, in multiplexes.
Absolutely.
And they are not all just going to go to streaming.
No way, they can't. It doesn't make sense.
And it's not that...
Unless they're made for OTT. You see, I'm just...
that's different. But I'm saying there is home for
100%,
those films in theatres like this.
Absolutely. Because, look at my
It's
capacities.
not just the RRRs and the
not
KGFs.
At all, not at all. We are, as I said, we've got diversity of content. And that's the beauty of India. And the releasing of the movies in the theatres that removes that gap. The potential gets... If you have a OTT, if you have a small movie and you've given it to a OTT platform straight away, then you'll never get the upside because you get a fixed fee and you've played. Here you have an opportunity, if you're very confident about your content, to play it in 300, 400, 500, 1,000 screens in India, not PVR, across the country. And sky's the limit. It'll keep on running forever. So you get much more, which is what I was saying that people tasted pre-pandemic when they were releasing these small movies. And suddenly they realized, my God, I only spent 15 crores on this movie. It's 150 crores. Why would anybody leave that on the table?
Earlier this year, this big announcement that I think took most people by surprise, the INOX merger. I think you've got some clearances, you've got the NCLT clearance still going to come in. When do you see this, when do we see this merged entity? Will it be after this financial year? When will you start reporting together? I think that's what...
Yeah, I mean, the process, they say after NCLT, we've just filed the application. It takes about 5 months, 5 to 6 months. So far, NSC and BSC, which is a big one, those approvals have already come.
Right.
And then only after that, sequentially, you file in for the to NCLT. So that's already been done. But at least what I've been told by my legal team and by my CFO is that it takes about 5 to 6 months.
I've heard you say that the theatres that are branded PVR will remain that way, INOX will remain that way. It's only after the merger gets finalized and you're a combined entity, the new screens and the multiplexes will be called PVR-INOX. How will the two brands that exist independently be seen in the portfolio? Will they have different personas? How are you seeing it? Because you're a passionate brand custodian. I saw that lovely Amir Khan film you've released to celebrate 25 years of PVR Cinemas. Cinemas.
Correct. No, of course, I'm extremely passionate about what I'm doing, and but at the same time, I'm running a listed company. I am responsible to my shareholders, and we have to create value. The balance sheet of both the companies had got completely battered during the pandemic, and we realized that if we come together, we'll make the company much stronger. I would even go to say this much, that I think the entire exhibition industry would have got impacted. The pace of growth of screens would have got halted. So I think with coming together, and this business is all about scale, and I think the company entity will become much stronger. I think it was prudent to think that PVR currently branded 900 odd screens, or maybe there'll be 1,000 by the time the merger happens.
By the end of this year, I think you have 100.
125 screens are under fit out currently. And so we felt that we should deploy the capital, the accruals and whatever, into new screens. So just now if we go about changing the brand, whether INOX or PVR, it's a waste of money. And both circuits are quite high quality. But the future screens which will come up, we thought we'll call them PVR-INOX. And this happened in the West also, when companies are merged or acquired. That then you can have some sort of a descriptor. That suppose PVR Cinemas, you can have part of PVR-INOX. And INOX Cinema part of PVR-INOX. So that's what we'll do. But we will try to give the consumer a consistency across in the experience. We must do that, because if it's one company, one entity, then we will give that.
Do you feel a bit sad to not see PVR by itself, given how you built the brand and the passion you have for it?
I mean, one has.
I know you'll be in charge. You'll be the managing director running the company.
Correct.
But in terms of your family holding, INOX has the bigger stake now in the combined entity. How does that work?
I think it was fait accompli. I mean, that's how the journey happened. I was never that crazy about my own shareholding, because I really wanted to make a large enterprise. Obviously, in a perfect world, if I had higher shareholding, it would have felt good. But all the acquisitions that I did right from the beginning. In fact, I never owned the company 100% ever, because 40% was owned by Village Roadshow. Then when they left, then Renuka Ramnath through ICICI Venture owned about 47%, 53%. Then all the acquisitions that I did kept diluting PVR. Sorry, the family holding. And then this was a big, IPL sixer in the end, which had to be done to make a much stronger company. And again, my own family shareholding took a back seat. I realized that it's much better to have a company which is much stronger. And but if I do a good job, it doesn't really matter. Because honestly, I think I would argue that it leads to complacency. If you have a very large shareholding, you can even say, wow, so now nobody can touch me, special resolution, ordinary resolution, because I would say I have to work harder now. Because if you have to make at a lower shareholding, so currently also we're at 17%, I better do a good job if I have to be so now I'm always on my toes.
Ajay Bijli, thank you very much.
Thank
I wish you a great deal of good luck, and
Thanks
enjoy the 25 years that you have put into creating PVR Cinemas.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much.